Earth.
Air.
Water.
Fire.
For the longest time, the four nations have lived together in harmony. Under the wise leadership of Avatar Roku, the world has experienced an era of peace and prosperity. But with the recent death of Avatar Roku and the arrival of a strange comet in the sky, members of all nations feel the winds and tides of change. With the search for the new Avatar only just beginning, the world seems poised on the brink of conflict. But without the Avatar, who will save the world?
My name is Bree, also known as Pretty Pixel, and I am playing Sherva, a warrior from the Fire Nation.
I play Marco, a firebender from the Fire Nation.
Hello, I'm Ali, and I'm playing Oki, a waterbender from the Northern Water Tribe.
I'm Brandon, and I'm Rung Bolo, an earthbender from the Earth Nation.
Hey, I'm Dave, and my character is Al, the airbender from the Air Nomads.
And I'm Owen, the dungeon master of this ragtag group of members of all four nations. Well, hello everybody. How you all doing? That's right, I gave these guys no warning to come across. Give a wave there! Oh, it's only Oki and Andrew's cameras who come up for some reason. Brandon, just refresh your camera. It's being frustrating again. No, they can't see. They can't see. Hang on, give me a second. Yeah, I'll just refresh it. No, you don't need to do anything. I'll refresh it. There you go. You're in. Hey everybody, how you doing? We hope you guys are staying safe and staying well. Thank you everybody who came and joined us for Dungeons & Dragons last night. That was an amazing session. Oh my goodness, some twists and turns in that session. But tonight we're playing some Avatar Legends, and it is going to be an exciting, fun-filled journey. Now, we've not got the full cast with us tonight. We've just got Ali, Brandon, and Andrew. Some, I don't know, just slightly like brain-damaged person forgot that two people were out this week and thought only one person was out. I don't know who that was. It's just unacceptable behavior, really. But we're going ahead anyway, and so we've called tonight's episode a welcome distraction, because that's exactly what it's going to be, a bit of a welcome distraction. There's a lot of dark stuff happening in the world right now. Let's just have a bit of fun, bit of chill. Let's get away from all that, hey? How does that sound?
Pretty good. But I'd call it blue light.
Let's just have a vibe.
The fire's sort of lighting up the room. I wouldn't call it dark stuff.
Okay. I do have to say, last night
I thought you were
with
saying
the
we'll call it like Avatar Light this session.
Avatar Light, yeah. We're going to deal with Rava the Light Spirit.
Hey Archie.
Hey Archie, how you doing, buddy? So last night I did a little bit of two shout-outs that I'm going to do again tonight, because it is really important that we get these messages across. Firstly, for everyone who is in Queensland, southeast Queensland, and has been affected by the floods, our hearts go out to you. Really awful time here with the floods. I've been lucky enough to avoid any serious problems. Ali, you're the same. You and Brandon have been lucky enough to avoid any serious problems, but I know a lot of people have been heavily affected by the floods. Please stay safe, everybody. Try not to go out in flood water unless you absolutely have to. Just avoid any of those problems. And we do hear that, unfortunately, it sounds like it is going to be coming back this weekend. The storm will be returning. Didn't have a good enough go at us over the past couple of days. It's going to come back and have another go. So just stay safe, everybody. Look after yourselves and look after one another. And the second announcement is for everyone currently in the Ukraine. Just appalling what is going on over there. Our thoughts and prayers are with you guys. Anyone who's in those areas that are affected right now by the invasion, I hope you're staying safe. I hope you're not in too much trouble. It's just really awful. Our thoughts are with you, and we hope everything's okay for you guys over there, and we hope this ends soon. Just want to make those two really important announcements for those two tragedies currently happening in the world right now. Hopefully you can have a bit of an escape, bit of a relax, think about something else for a little bit, have a bit of an escape into fantasy, because that's what role-playing fantasy games kind of are, right? It's a way of escaping the troubles of the world, putting yourself in another, in the case of Avatar, a very light-hearted, with slightly darker undertones, I guess, style animation. So we're going to fully immerse ourselves in the world of Avatar tonight, and we hope that you can join us on that journey. So I should probably do a little bit of a recap for the session.
Episode.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's up to you guys, so please. Alrighty, so our story has been following Shurva and Marco of the Fire Nation, Rung of the Earth Kingdom, Oki of the Water Tribe, and Aal of the Air Nomads. The children of important ambassadors of each of the 4 nations, they've been attending a historic summit at the Beifong estate. With the recent death of Avatar Roku and the arrival of a strange comet in the sky, omens of war and conflict seem numerous. After being captured by the Dai Li, the group managed to escape into the Si Wong Desert and sought refuge in the Misty Palms Oasis. After acquiring a sandship, the group located the lost library of Wan Shitong, the Knowledge Spirit. However, the time in his library was cut short by the arrival of a number of firebenders, which led to an enraged Wan Shitong sinking the library deep into the sands. The team then made their way towards the Si Wong Rock, a giant magnetic meteorite in the center of the desert. After bluffing their way into the Fire Nation outpost set up alongside the rock, the party realized that the Fire Nation were in the process of mining and refining the rock into extremely strong magnets. After spending some time on researching their own projects, the group's cover was blown and they were forced to retreat to the top of the rock. Setting off some explosions, the group managed to escape. However, the destruction of the rock released an ancient ocean spirit. Seeing his opportunity to get a wish, which he'd heard about through legends, Marco convinced the group to head back and successfully wished for the incredibly vague wish to undo my mistakes. With Marco's wish granted, and the DM deciding not to punish Marco too much, or Andrew too much for the vague wording of his wish, the group have been trying to figure out all the unintended consequences of this decision. It's clear to the group that Marco alone discovered the treachery of Captain Zhao and warned his father, resulting in a new timeline where Shurva wasn't captured with the group. Instead, it appears she was teamed up with a hired mercenary Jen and her Shearshore Layla to track Marco down. The group plus Jen have decided to meet up with Marco's father, who was last known to be at a Fire Nation encampment outside the walls of Ba Sing Se. Deciding against taking the ferry across Full Moon Bay or a stretch of rock called the Serpent's Pass, the group instead wrangled some duck deer mounts and attempted to cross the river. Despite a brief scare for Shurva and Marco when the current began to drag them towards a waterfall, the group made their way across the river fairly unscathed. They are now travelling through a dense section of woodlands on their way to the walls of Ba Sing Se. And we left off last session, basically as the group have been heading into a much denser patch of forest. Whereas before near the riverbank, the tree line has been fairly sparse and there's been lots of grass underfoot, the roots and tangled sort of brush underneath is starting to become a bit of a problem for the duck deer's delicate paddle-like feet. As you begin heading into this deeper section of undergrowth, the duck deer begin sort of shying back a little bit, trying their best to avoid going any further into the forest. Aal sort of looks down, gets a bit close and listens to the duck deer making these sort of like braying, quacking noises and looks up and goes, guys, I don't think the duck deer want to go any deeper into the forest. I think it's too far away from their habitat for them.
If we bring them some water, are they just worried about water? I can bring you a bottle and get a bit of a a bunch of I don't know, if it's a big leaf, just scoop up some water, here you go, buddy, I'll splash you on a little bit.
Oh, I think it's actually the sticks. I think they're a bit sharp for their feet.
Aww.
And sure enough, as you guys look down, you start to see that the very delicate webbed feet of the duck deer are now starting to struggle across the rough and overgrown ground of the forest floor below. In fact, one of the duck deer is actually favouring one of the back legs already, trying to avoid stepping on any of the sticks, and a little sort of spot of blood coming off every time it takes a step.
Well, I think they're too young to have piercings just yet. Maybe they should stay here.
On foot it is. Can Oki try and heal the duck deer before we let them go?
Yeah, of course you can. Could I get you to make a skills and training roll for me, please, to see how effective you are? Oh, looks like we've already got... the very not suspicious name of Meme Godtree.
They're trying to
You
sell us
got there in the end, it's fine.
trying to sell us followers. I love how Nightbot's just bad, naughty, no more of that.
None of that.
I programmed Nightbot to say none of that every time someone does something naughty. Oh no, Oki 5. As you're sort of trying to focus, the duck deer doesn't want you getting anywhere near its feet. In fact, there's a bit of a problem as you sort of try and get close. It's sort of shying away, favouring that foot, not really trusting you 100% to get too close to it. And as soon as you kind of let go of the neck and jump down, it begins moving back quite quickly, trying to sort of keep a bit of distance between it and you. And the rest of the duck deer seem to be doing the same. Jen, on the back of Layla the Shearshore, sort of looks over and goes, do you reckon maybe it's probably time to just let those critters go? We're not that far. Like, probably. It's only a bit of a walk from here.
Fine.
Walking it is.
I look at the duck deer. It looks back at me.
Slightly sexily.
I'll see you around, duck deer.
We should have. I'll just bring across the battlement so I can get one last look deep into the duck deer's eyes that Ali's drawn. As you guys leave, you just get one last look deep into the eyes of this. Yeah, one last glance.
Goodbye, duck deer.
Goodbye, duck deer. You will be remembered.
You would have made an excellent sausage.
Godspeed out there, son. If I can do like some sort of like head-to-head sort of thing with my duck deer, just like
No, it does not want to get close to any of you.
I'm just like walking, look like I'm trying to headbutt it, just like getting my head down, trying to.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I pull out an apple and give it to it.
It comes closer for the apple. Yeah, and then it becomes this duck deer as it eats the apple. How good's that? We've already got a drawn duck deer holding an apple in its mouth. Beak. Bill?
An apple a day won't keep me away.
Bill? Beak?
Bill. Beak. Bill. Beak?
Mouth.
Mouth. Alright. That's enough the duck deer. With that, they begin moving away, fading back into the forest and back towards the riverside. You get the sense that as sort of semi-aquatic creatures, they probably don't normally stray too far from the river. With that, you guys are left fairly alone in the forest. There are the sounds, the cries of various woodland creatures coming from all around you. You hear sort of cries that you recognize, cries that you don't. Something that sounds like a squirrel nightjar sort of skittering about through the tops of the trees, making these little like tweeting noises as it moves across. Imagine the body of a squirrel with the wings of a nightjar and the head of a nightjar. And you guys are sort of alone in the forest. Jen sort of looks forward and nudges Layla in the flanks and begins moving forwards, looking back going, you guys coming? Like, what's going on? You just stolen me.
Yeah, I'm stop headbutting, running towards the duck deer. Yeah, just distracted, my friend. And start wandering over.
Those eyebrows.
Gonna miss your girlfriends?
Many sharp
She
sticks
says
as I can.
towards you two. Oh, okay.
It's not my girlfriend. Jeez. I mean, no. Wasn't offensive.
She looks really confused, like, so that was definitely a joke, but the fact that you've not got that does make me a bit concerned.
Yeah, that too was a joke.
Sherva looking back goes, oh, and doesn't say anything else. And with that, you guys continue. I'll give you a high five though. With that, you guys continue on. Now, my question is, as you guys are sort of moving through the forest, are you guys doing anything in particular? Is there anything you're thinking about, anything you're planning, anything you're doing? Take me through what would be happening while you guys are just sort of wandering through this dense patch of woodland.
Probably would just be, is it cooler in this compared to the desert we were just in? Because we were just like, desert area. Is it like sort of like nice, cool sort of like woodlands? Is it like sort of hot or anything like that? Like
no, so away from the direct sunlight. Now that you're out of the sunlight above the river, it is a little bit cooler in the shade. And, it's not cold, but it is a bit cooler. Probably sort of 22, 23 degrees as you're walking through Celsius for American listeners. Also, update to metric system. The fuck are you guys doing? So about 22, 23 degrees Celsius. No, seriously, the fuck are you guys doing? Get on metric. Come on. So you ask why your country's failing. That's why. No.
Like that episode.
Kidding.
Definitely did it.
The system.
I mean, you threw, like, can we just discuss for a second? No, I'm not letting this go. America, you threw
So
off
true.
British imperialism, but kept the imperial system. What?
Yeah.
What? Sorry. Get the metric
They know what
system.
you're
The
doing.
British. But
Get
we love the way you
the
stick stones
metric.
to each other, the way people.
Yeah, we love the inaccurate way in which you measure things using inches and
Never
yards.
cause any problems for any buildings or anything between countries ever.
Get all up in metric right now. And also switch the way you drive. You drive on the wrong side of the road. Your cars are made the wrong way round. Fix this. Yeah, so it is quite cool under the shade of the trees. We got a bit distracted there. It is quite cool. 22, 23 degrees.
Yeah, very cool.
Yep.
No doubt.
You're allowed to switch to Kelvin, by the way, America. You can switch to Kelvin if you like, but it just can't be Fahrenheit. You have to pick Kelvin or Celsius, your choice.
How hot is it? Well, it's at least 15,000 Kelvin.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's absolute zero. Oh, the heat death of the universe has occurred. That's a shame. Yeah. Oh, it's freezing. Yeah. If only the heat death of no. So yeah, it's nice and cool under the trees. Not quite zero, but 22, 23 degrees. I'm in a weird mood, all right.
The universe, but it's pretty cool under the
I've had
trees.
to last minute change my plans for this, and I'm now improvising an entire session. So look, if I find a sidetrack, I'm gonna take it because it's more thinking time for me. Yeah.
Those speaking Kelvinators.
Just wrote an NPC in the back of my mind while you guys were fucking about talking about Kelvin. What's wrong with you?
Oh god.
Yeah.
On sidetrack notes,
Kelvinators.
Archie's just
Nice. Giving Archie some sort of inspiration. I'll figure that out later. For podcast listeners, a member of the chat has typed, that's 296 Kelvin for you Kelvinators, and he spelled that correctly and capitalized it, which is an absolute legend move from Archie.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Man, I just picture there the people that love fridges, not the temperature Kelvin. They have meet-up groups where they just talk about the Kelvin. Not
Oki, what are you doing? What are you doing, Oki? Let's go to you. What are you doing?
Alright, I think as she's sort of walking along, she's probably trying to come up with a bit of a game plan on what she's going to do when everyone does get to the camp. And sort of, on one hand, there's a good chance that Mako's dad is just going to, grab him and not let him go. And then Sherva's not going to go anywhere. So I wonder what these guys are going to do. I definitely don't want to go back to, my tribe. It's just sort of this never-ending, circle of trying to come up with a game plan going through her head.
What are some of the ones that you're thinking of?
So probably the biggest one is that she doesn't want the group to split up because it's her first set of actual friends and people that she's oh, I actually like these ones, and so she really doesn't want it to end. So I think her main thing is she's I wonder how flammable are the Fire Nation tents? Can we set the tent on fire to have a distraction, break Mako out? Probably forgetting that they're firebenders and could put out the fire in a couple of seconds. But
Okay. Yeah.
yeah. Other than that, no, it's just sort of that meandering train of thought that happens when you're traveling somewhere sometimes.
Okay. Yeah. Marco, what about you?
Dread.
Okay.
Going through every worst possible outcome known to mankind.
Okay.
Mainly ending up with the group members being thrown to jail for some reason.
As in Fire Nation jail? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Okay.
The dialogue
Sure.
don't concern me
about the
as
Death
much
Universe?
because we are going to the Fire Nation people.
Okay.
But they are still a concern.
Okay. And Rum.
Well, I just think now that the Fire Nation will actually be the heat death of our universe if they get a hold of us. But aside from that, I would just be walking through, enjoying the nice cool breeze away from the scorching sun, clothes drying off and then a little bit of the dip in the river. And if anything, I'm just probably looking around for anything I find neat on the forest floor. If I find any cool mushrooms I can bug Oki about or something like that and be oh, you seem to like nature or something. Just keep an eye for anything cool as I'm wandering through.
Yeah.
It's got water in it, I think.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay. So it sounds like you guys are pretty deep in thought at this point, each of you kind of thinking through elements of what's going to be happening, what's going to be going on, while Rung is kind of pestering Oki a little bit from the sounds of things, right? You're kind of oh, look at this. Hey, check this out. Check this out. Yeah.
Check out this cool rock.
So Oki, probably every time you come close to making a decision, being yeah, okay, we can't go. We can't go. This is too dangerous. We can't do this. You kind of get distracted and pulled out of it by Rung offering Oki a rock or something, being oh, there's a blue vein through here. Is that a water crystal? And you look and it's just a slightly darker grey on the rock.
That I grew up was covered in ice and snow. In what universe do you think I understand about rocks?
seems like with the rain, water's down and everything, you get sort of wet. Like surely there still be water, a bit of everything. So you should just be able to move things, right? Like that tree, I think it's got water in it. As I like go like punch a tree and like see if I feel like a bit of moisture or like sap or something come out. Like, so
Yeah,
look,
you
water.
punch a tree. Can I get you to mark the foolish condition, please, as you punch a tree?
Oh yeah,
And
absolutely.
just smash your fist into the tree. It hurts. As you look down, there's a few splinters. The tree hasn't really taken much damage at all, but you have successfully sort of bloodied your knuckles as you punch the tree. There is some moisture. It's probably from your blood.
I already had foolish marks still. I've actually still got a bunch of fatigue.
Oh, in that case, you can mark a condition of your choice. In that case, if foolish is already marked, you can choose a condition to mark. What are the options that you have not marked so far?
Insecure, 100%.
Insecure works.
Insecure about his breadth of knowledge of the world.
Oh, wow, you are in a lot of trouble. You're almost dead. Well,
Yeah,
not
that's
dead,
what
but you're
I'm
almost
meaning.
knocked
Like,
unconscious.
I haven't really
You've
had like
got 4 fatigue and 3 conditions. You've only got 2 conditions and a fatigue left.
How have you had
How are you?
I only got to remove like 1 condition last time and not 2 fatigue from like the last thing because I got messed up from like the library. So the entire
right.
time I've just been a wreck. So that's
We've
why
had, like,
it's all over the place.
At least 2 sleeps, right? Or only 1?
Only 1.
Yeah.
Oh.
You've only had
I
one
need,
sleep
like, a
since the
bed
library.
and a big meal.
Yeah. And you've slept rough as well. You slept rough as
Yeah.
well. It wasn't like a proper sleep.
Yeah, so I've been a bit careful. That's why I haven't tried to cause too much stir.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely what you've been doing, trying not to cause too much
I
stir.
killed myself from punching a tree. my last
Mark 1
condition.
fatigue. Oh, that's me done. Bye, guys.
As you guys begin walking through, so passing through this area of dense bushland, none of you paying attention to your surroundings. Most of you sort of focused on your own thoughts or on distracting Oki.
I've probably run into a couple of spider webs.
Okay, yeah. One of them still has a finch tarantula in the center of it. So
God,
imagine
no, that sounds terrifying.
like a tarantula's body with a finch's head, and then instead of like 8 spider legs, it's got 8 like bird legs with claws, like attached to the web.
No.
Is this some
Yeah,
sort of
yeah.
Elden Ring boss?
Yes,
Like,
yeah, it's an Elden Ring boss. A finch tarantula. There's like a moment where you like pause, and it's like right in front of your face. You just sort of move a little bit to the side, go around.
You walk through like a fog gate without noticing, then
Boss music starts. Yeah.
Power roll.
You know something's happened. No, so you sort of like pass around, but there is sort of like a moment or two where, as you guys are walking, not really paying attention, Rung right near Oki, Marco just in front of them, Sherva and Jen on the back of the sheer shoe in front, and then Al sort of bringing up the rear, looking around, enjoying the scenery, sort of not paying much attention either. After about sort of 20-30 minutes of walking, Marco, Rung, and Oki, as you guys are sort of like moving along, you see Sherva and Jen on the sheer shoe in front sort of shudder a bit as the ground moves. The sheer shoe jumps out of the way and jumps forward and begins hissing. Jen looks back and goes, What is it? Look back and you can see the section of ground just in front of you where you're about to walk. There's a crack along the very center of it, on top. What's wrong? Layla? Hey, whoa. As she tries to get Layla under control, the sheer shoe sort of backing away, snarling at this crack in the ground.
maybe she doesn't want to break your mother's back.
Can you support this thing so it doesn't split?
On the ground? What's wrong with it?
The
It's
giant crack right there.
feeling over. Like, how big is this crack? Is it like a little crack, a big crack, a plummet?
It's about a
Like, how
meter
big a
long
crack is this?
and about 3 centimeters wide.
Oh, this one's gonna take a specialist. Is like run like always stretch for a big job. All right, right, Marco, you're gonna be my foreman. Keep an eye on the area. Make sure it's safe and compliant.
On it.
Oki, I was gonna make you the first aid officer, but I realize you're terrible at that. You can be on lunch duty. All right, sweet, cool. All right.
Al puts a hand up. What's my job? What's my job?
Oh, you're my chief detective. Keep an eye out for any clues in the area.
I'll scout from above. And he gets on his glider and flies up, begins doing circles just above.
I find like a tree next to it,
That's
just
my
sit
boy.
down and lean against the tree.
Okay. Sit down against the tree.
Good foreman. Sweet, you're doing your job perfectly. I'm proud of you. You must have gone to university for that training. I've got a nice break and a meat pie.
He's on
Nice
Smoko.
coffee for everyone else.
I'm on Smoko.
He's on
Leave me
Smoko.
alone.
All right then, and I look over at the other lady. I'm like, "You keep being awesome." All right.
She looks
that's
back,
the
does not
lady
return the
looking
thumbs up. Jen, yeah.
Perfect, just like every girl in my life. All right, so as I sort of like put my hands around this sort of gap, and I'm trying to get a feeling of how difficult this is going to be to like see if I can like squeeze a bit, like as a path for us to come together.
So you're walking up towards the gap in the ground. Like you're gonna walk
Yeah,
up and touch
walking-
either side of the crack. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, walk up to it and see if I can just get like a feeling of like if it's going to be like really hard soil or something like that to sort of close up with.
Yeah.
Earthbend. Wait,
Um,
how close were they to the crack? By the way, actually, before I do that.
Jen and Sherva and Layla were on top of the ground when it cracked, and the sheer shrew Layla now won't go near it. She's about 2-3 meters away, and she's still backing up slowly, hissing at it and growling.
Oh, okay. Was it cracking under their feet or just like a big crack formed in front of them?
Looks like
Like,
it cracked
the
under their
ground's about to
feet as they were
fall.
walking.
Oh, okay. I sort of don't go that close to the crack then. I thought it was like just a big crack formed there, but I didn't realize it was like about to fall beneath them. All right. So like, okay, move up close enough behind them, like stand still, don't move around and jig or anything like that. Don't jump up and down, and sort of just see if I can get like a feeling of like how much I can support it with my earthbending.
Yeah, I'm going to get you to roll assess the situation, please.
Perfect.
You got this.
All right, now let me take into account my conditions. Support. Okay, that's important to know. -2 for because I'm still angry. -2 for
Still
assess
angry?
situation. Sorry, guys, planned it. I shouldn't have said anything, Brandon.
Do something to clear those conditions. Remember, if you're angry, if you act in anger, that can help clear it. So, for example, if you're angry and you just don't even bother assessing, you just rush in and just earthbend because you're like, whatever, fuck, I'm done with this, and you just earthbend. That will help clear the condition.
Ah, okay, sweet.
So you
What
can
about
clear
punching that
conditions
tree?
organically by doing stuff. Yeah. So like, for example, like if you wanted to, that's a good one for angry. Like, that's a great way to clear the angry condition. If you wanted to clear, let's say if you wanted to clear your, what's the other one you've got? You've got foolish, right? If you wanted to clear foolish, you might, I mean, this could count too, doing something foolhardy without talking to your companions, just earthbend without even thinking. You're just like, yeah, whatever, just earthbend. And that's how you can clear foolish.
Oh, okay. So that's how that works. Good.
Yes.
Sweet.
Yes.
How many?
So you clear them.
Only 2 months in, guys.
Yep.
Perfect.
Episode 12.
I figured this out. Perfect.
It's never really been a problem before.
I read the book, I swear. All right, let's roll with. What was it again? Actually, damn, why did it give me that option? It's just
So
changed
you can,
assess the situation.
so you can assess the
I've got
situation,
creativity. There
or
we
if you
go.
just want to jump in, you can just immediately just flat out earthbend it and just go for it. Up to you.
Yeah, let's just get rid of. Let's
Done.
Just, you know what? Just come in there confident. You know what I mean? Full
Skills and
hard,
training.
Bam! Let's just make this
Yeah,
soil
yeah.
better. Easy done, guys.
No, skills and
let's do
training,
that
and you may
I'm
clear the foolish or angry condition, your choice.
I'm gonna get rid of angry.
Okay.
There we go. Sweet. All right, now let's go. Bam. Let's do this. Bam. Bam. Do I have anything? Shifting balance? No. Please use. Okay. I'm still insecure, so still getting -2. But hey.
It's all right. I'm sure it'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll be fine. How do I put -2? All right. There we go.
Oh dear. Okay, so that's a 5. So,
been a
as
7.
you, yes, yeah, no, that sucks. That's rough, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah.
As you begin, sort of like you just step up, you're like, oh, guys, get out of the way. I got this. It's just sort of a little bit frustrated, a little bit short, and a bit angry with them, and you just earthbend the crack together. The ground beneath you immediately crumbles. You watch as a section of the earth caves in. Oki, you and Marco are on the edge of this. I'm going to need you to tell me what you would like to do to try and prevent yourselves falling as the ground caves away under Rung and he just drops.
The consequences of my actions.
No. Well, I'm sitting down, so I can't really do much.
So you just slide into the hole.
I just slide down. I'm like, huh.
Okay.
This was a mistake.
So Marco's just sitting down under the tree with it, sort of as the ground begins cracking and rumbling underneath you, Marco, you just open your eyes and look up and go, oh shit. And you begin sliding down into the hole with Rung. Okay, great. Oki?
Yeah. If I didn't see it, Union won't know.
Can she just jump backwards?
Yeah, you could try and jump backwards. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can just try and fling yourself backwards. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. No, of course you can give that a go. I would say that probably falls under... I would say probably pushing your luck. Just looking here. Yeah, probably pushing your luck. What's that? An 8 mixed success. Yeah. You essentially, as this happens, you throw yourself backwards, sort of pushing yourself away. Bolto sort of clinging onto your neck, tiny claws digging into the sides of your shirt as you push yourself away, and you land on the edge of this section of rock as the tunnel collapses underneath, and you watch as Marco and Rung disappear into the darkness below. Marco and Rung, we'll do you two first really quickly. You fall for about 10 seconds, sliding and slipping on rock as it caves in, before you are deposited roughly in the dark onto hard stone ground. Light from above, where the tunnel has sort of opened up, seeps in, but it is dark and quiet in the tunnel that you've just fallen into. The sound of rocks falling and sand sort of like collapsing from above and dirt falling in assails your ears.
That really hurt. You okay?
I usually like rolling around in dirt, but not from this far up to this far down.
Just give me a sec, and I just like try to start just get fire in my hand just to try to light up where we are a bit.
Heat up like a cramp or something. Oh, okay.
No. I'm a candle. Remember, I'm a candle.
I'm
that's
just
easy enough.
Got my hands on the walls trying to do one of these ones like that. Oh, I cracked it back.
Oh. Marco, yeah, as you concentrate and then summon this fire into your hand, the passageway reveals, or the light reveals, a network of tunnels in all directions around you. As you sort of look and begin examining your area, you can see that tunnels head down, they head up, north, south, east, west, all curving and interconnected in various ways. And as you complete your full rotation around, you begin to see lights glinting off some reflective surface. 2 reflective surfaces. And then an enormous nose snuffling this moves into view, and you see a giant badger mole emerging from one of the side corridors, sniffing the collapse of the earth above.
My hand onto Marco, Marco, be careful. It's a badger mole. These are the arch enemies of all miners. Sometimes they're useful. They dig tunnels out of the coal. Sometimes they dig tunnels around the coal. And it really annoys because to get rid of the synergy of the mines that we have, it's a real big problem. But they can't see you because you're a mole.
As Rung says this monologue, the badger mole immediately turns towards the sound.
Okay, they can hear us. Be careful. Be quiet. They respond well to whispers. Hello, badger mole. We mean you no harm. We're not here for your coal. You can keep the coal.
The badger mole slams a large... Yeah, go on.
Distance myself from Ron, just slowly moving away, just ever so slightly scooting across, just as far away as I can.
The badger mole slams down a huge paw, and a section of earth... A section of earth raises up as if it had earthbended, and you see a wall lock off the tunnel behind you as it begins sniffing the air coming closer.
It's gonna work. You should really learn how to earthbend sometime. Alright. Do I get a feeling like this badger mole's ready to tango, or just inquisitive?
I think that sounds like an assess a situation.
I'm very good at those right now.
Okay, that's good.
That's helpful.
Oki, we'll come to you in a minute. What you're doing up on the surface. Curious. This could be either really good.
7.
What was your question?
Does the badger mole look like it's ready to tango? Like, is it trying to go at us, or is it just?
You get the sense that this thing is protective of its territory, as it is sort of moving. It's sort of a little bit unsure about what has occurred. The sound of the tunnel collapsing, you suspect, has probably attracted its attention, and now that it's moving in and moving closer, you think it's more inquisitive than aggressive at this point. If that helps.
Might not need to attack this thing. That helps out heaps. What I do is I just, like, as I'm like got my sort of defensive stance, like what I'm gonna do is a classic trick to show that we mean no harm. It's like sort of back up a little bit, and then I go like a little stomp. I'll put like a little pillar behind each of our butts, and we can just sit down on the pillar and just be calm. So I make us both a little seat.
Okay.
And sit down on the seat.
Okay. All right, let's jump back to Oki. Oki on the surface. The last thing you see is Rung and Marco. Rung sort of falling into this hole, Marco just like sitting down and sliding into it in a landslide going, oh no, as he disappears into the hole. If only there was time to save me. As he disappears
I'm
below.
away from Sherva, no.
Sherva, you hear Sherva and Jen call out, no! And Sherva whips out her whip trying to catch him and just glances off the rocks and whips back. She looks into the hole and goes, fuck.
By any chance?
Oh, sorry, I missed the first bit of that, Ali.
Out a little bit.
Do you know where this goes by any chance?
Sherva looks and goes, I've got no idea. And Jen goes, I didn't even know there were tunnels here.
Well, the show asking, do you have rope? I can't see the bottom, but I'm guessing we're gonna need it to go get them.
Jen sort of reaches into her pack and pulls out a length of rope and chucks you one end of it and ties the other around the saddle.
Okay. Oki looks down, she looks back at them and goes, I guess I'll go try and find them, and,
As you say that, Al lands and goes, guys, there's some Daily approaching. Is that bad?
Good.
Yeah, they're like maybe 5 minutes away, just to the left of us. Is there something we should do about that?
All right. Jen, chuck me the other end of that rope, and she ties it around a tree instead. And Jen, Sheva, Al, can you go try and distract the Daily? Make them think that we're in the opposite direction, while we don't want them to know that 2 of the people that they're probably looking for is stuck down the hole currently.
Yeah, I'm really distracting when I want to be. And Al basically like pulls out the glider, chucks it on, and then flies up into the tree and grabs 2 pieces of fruit.
Take them away from here!
Lead them here. Okay, I got it.
Flying around, keeping
No, lead them away!
Lead them away from here, and then back here.
No, just away! Not
Okay. Sherva looks at you and goes, I can handle Al. I'll tell him what he needs to do. Like, we've got this. Jen looks and goes, I really don't feel comfortable leaving fucking target in a hole.
Secret tunnel.
Don't go anywhere once you get out, okay? She looks at you very intently, Oki.
Okie dokie. Where else can
Oh
we
my
go
god.
anyway?
Is that your new thing, Okie dokie?
Yeah, it has to be.
Oh my
It is
god.
now.
Oh no. Okay. Yep. Yes, everybody is typing in secret tunnel. That is correct. This is a secret tunnel. Yep. Yep. Oki tied the rope off and began descending into the tunnel. You emerge through the top of the tunnel, this sort of like half collapsed and caved in section, right as Rung and Marco sit down on these stone seats that Rung has created with earthbending. You don't see the badger mole yet. As you are facing them, as you come down, the badger mole is behind you. So you sort of like land on the stone and see them sitting down. They look a bit concerned and are just sitting on these stone seats.
Like, I'd like to
I've
put like,
heard of-
legs crossed.
Okay.
it sounds like you've definitely you did that survival training lesson run. You learned that you have to stay in the same place if you get lost in the wilderness or in a cave. So good job on the seats.
Oki, you hear a
Don't you
low
shush
growl.
me.
A low growl from behind you. Did you say don't you shush me? So good. Yeah, nice. Nice. I won't be shushed by no Fire Nation. You hear a low growl from behind you.
Nope, no picking up.
Turns around.
Nah.
Standing
like
sort of right behind you, blind. Oh, is it better?
A little bit.
Thank you. Sort of sightless eyes gazed upon you. Massive star-nosed, sort of mole face sniffling at you. Oki is probably about 20 feet from the bottom of its feet to the top of its back. So standing on hind legs, it'd be probably about 35, 40 feet tall. Very large badger mole that's just sort of sniffing you cautiously. Only about sort of a meter away from you.
Step backwards to give it a bit of space, and then points upwards. Probably, realizing that it's blind, but just out of habit, like trying to explain. But we came from up there. Like she's pointing upwards to a blind badger mole.
The sightless badger mole does not respond to your finger pointing. It does not fall for the look over there. Does not fall for it on account of having no eyes. But you sort of backing off, it does. The growl sort of lessens a little bit and lowers, and it's now sort of cocking its head, more curious again, sniffing at you. Oh, you're muted, sorry, Ali.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I
Why
think
am I
you know-
There you go. You're back.
Right.
I think your noise gate might be a bit aggressive.
Very possible.
Oh no, it's the same problem I
haven't
had
set it.
before I fixed my mic.
Mm.
I haven't installed my new mic settings since fresh installing my OS, so
That could do it.
something to check out. But Rung, have you ever seen or worked with these creatures before?
Was Oki down here with us as well? Or was
Oki
she
is
up?
now down here with you. She has just joined you.
Okay. I sort of
Apparently.
like in my like little seat, just like legs crossed, just like sort of looking at this thing. I sort of turned here, and I just like these little ones here, like star-nosed mole. I'm like, yes, I've encountered them many times before.
For podcast
The
listeners,
best thing to do is-
Brandon's doing the Adam Savage impersonation of Jamie Heineman from Mythbusters, where you hold your hand in front of your face and wiggle it around like it's a walrus moustache. Is that correct? Have I accurately summed up what's happening there?
100%.
Yep, that's that.
I think you'll need to consider the Pythagorean theorem here and take into account the terminal velocity of the object as it falls.
Yes, sir. We're all Mythbusters
All
fans
the
here.
data we're getting right now from this research.
But just
Adam,
that,
you
like,
can't just
best
fill
thing.
up a pipe bomb and put it inside my car. That's you can't just do that, Adam.
Yeah.
So that's how the show ended. What's that ticking noise? It's a pipe bomb. Pretty much, I'm just going to Oki, just like, yes, I've encountered these things many times before. Best thing to do is be calm, relaxed, no aggressive sounds, and mimic them as much as you can to seem like they're one of their own. They can't see, but they can smell. Don't know why this is a thing that I do with my hands, but it's what we've always done in the mines.
If you wanted to insight check that, Oki, I'd say it's a free insight check that he is full of shit.
Like, check.
He is absolutely full of shit.
Make me roll for it.
You don't even need to roll. No.
Did it react to the firing anyway?
No, it did not.
No?
No.
Cool.
As Rung talks more, the mole begins growling again and moves a bit closer.
A peace offering. Can I? Do I have any
Throw a
food in my
rug at it,
bag?
though.
No, you cannot do that. I'm way bigger than you and way
Yeah, you'd
tougher and
squish
muskier.
me.
You would burn me.
I would break you, little man.
I'd be Bane and Batman. Just get my
Yeah.
back snapping off.
Oh, there we go. I think I've got sugary dried. Oh, I've still got some sugary dried fruit.
Okay.
Oh yes, offering.
I've got 2 sugary dried fruit rations. I'll grab one of those sugary dried fruit rations, and I'll put it out like a peace offering. Like,
Okay.
come on, little Star Lord man, we can be friends down here. Right. Jimmy,
Okay. I'm gonna need you to roll me a push your luck roll, please, as you continue making noise. Continue making noise in front of this thing. Yes, you are offering a peace offering, but you are continually making noise of a low frequency that sounds like a growl. Like, seriously, come on.
Yeah, you know what? You're right.
How obvious do I need to be with these hints that this is an issue? Alright. Oh, 10 full success, never mind. The power of the dice compels thee. Yeah, I needed more data. Yeah, as you sort of hold out the dried fruits that have been slightly spiced and sugared, the badgermole sort of pauses, sniffs the air quite aggressively, and then moves up and begins snuffling them off your hand. In about 3 seconds, they're gone. Your hand is empty, and the badgermole begins like moving forward. The star sort of fleshy appendages of the nose now like across your face as it tries to look for more of these things in your bags, in your pockets, all over you. And you get mole slobber sort of up and down your shirt across your face before it realizes there's no more treats on you, and then moves over towards the next person. Marco.
I like, you know, he made that wall. He made a wall to cover the exit. I'm like, Rung, can you make a door?
A door? Oh, door. And as it's walking over to you, just like do a little like little punchy bang like that to punch out a door in that wall.
The wall that the badgermole made behind you.
Yeah, like little.
Okay, cool. Yeah, the second you earthbend, the badgermole is back on the defensive, growling and snuffling away, backing off and getting into a more defensive stance. But it's not even a roll for you to just like create a hole in a wall of stone. The stone wall the badgermole raised up is only about sort of 40-50 centimeters thick, so it's not much trouble at all to just quickly like push that through, revealing the tunnel continuing on behind you that had once been blocked is now open up again if you wanted to try and dash down it.
Yes, I want to dash to the other side of that wall.
Okay. Oki as well. I see you nodding. Rung? You gonna dash with him, or are you gonna...
Yeah. And keep it distracted with me as I get out the last pack of dried fruit rations. Like, go. I'll befriend it.
Okay. Oki and Marco, you guys begin sprinting. Brandon, I hope you got a backup character ready. Oki and Marco, you guys begin sprinting down the corridor. In the dark, sort of. Marco, you've still got that flame active in your hand from before. You didn't say you dismissed it all, so I'm assuming you've still got that active.
Yep.
The movement running down the tunnel, the flickering torchlight casts long shadows, creating almost illusionary movements coming from either side. It's very hard to kind of see what's happening and where you're going. You run right past an opening of a tunnel before you realize there's another tunnel like leading off from the left from where the one you just ran down. Do you take any turns or just continue going straight?
Straight.
Straight, okay. You guys
just
begin...
continue going left, we'll never get lost.
I guess. I don't know a lot about caves, so
Neither do I.
you on this
That's the
part.
man who knows about caves behind.
Yeah. Maybe like if we actually stay here.
I don't think he's coming
we
for
don't
us.
get-
I think he's going to try to actually befriend that mole.
Do you think he's gonna die?
I hope not. Depends how the mole treats it.
Go get him. Leave him to die.
Leave him to die, because I don't want to die either.
Now.
Do we just go straight?
brains.
What was that, sorry?
What would Rung do in this situation?
He doesn't know.
Probably throw a stone.
Yeah, do we have stone?
Oki bends down, picks up a stone, and just lightly throws it at Marco's head. Does that give you any ideas?
Why?
Yeah, Oki flings a rock at your head and it hurts.
Maybe we should make like an arrow pointing which way we went.
I guess it'd work.
Maybe does throwing stones at people work?
Maybe it might actually be a thing.
It might actually be a thing. Maybe he was onto something.
And Oki
We'll
starts
never know
trying to
because this is where he
carve,
dies. Yeah, sorry.
The
was that?
machinations of my mind are enigma.
So take me through what's the plan here? So you're going to use the stone that you picked up to try and like carve out an arrow on the wall, showing which direction you've gone. Correct?
Yes.
Just because it's like a fork, so we don't want him to get
Yeah,
lost.
and
just
are
say,
you going to go left or straight?
Sorry?
That's the other thing I need to know.
Up to you, Marco.
Straight. Just.
Yeah. Cool. Let's jump back to Rung then as you guys scratch in this arrow and then continue running down the tunnel. Rung. The badger mole begins looking a bit more threatening. As you pull out the sweets, the intensity doesn't lower this time. It stays on the defensive, on the alert.
I guess we can't be friends now. I never wanted us to be enemies. Badger Mole Man. I wish to reunite the sacred trust of the Badger Mole people and the Earthbenders of the Coal. My offering as I flick over there.
You're gonna literally like Pokemon Legends Arceus this, just fling it as a bomb and just
eats it and then get my Master Ball out.
Yeah. Do you, question is, do you yeet the food towards the mole or behind the mole or in a different direction, or do you sort of drop it at the ground? That is important for me to know.
Yeet.
This thing's angry, but I have no anger towards it. I'll place it midway in the ground, just sort of like between us, just like
So like chuck it gently on the
slowly
hands.
back away.
Okay.
Just like a little, and then slowly back away.
Yeah. Can I have another push your luck roll, please, as you are now again trying to calm down an angry territorial badger mole with nothing more than some dried apricots from Woolies.
Yes. Why do you say it like that?
He has dried apricots at the moment. You're in luck.
Yeah, it's true. 7. Nope, that is enough. Mixed success. You chuck the bag of apricots, this sort of bag of dried fruits on the ground, and begin backing up. You sort of move away very cautiously, very carefully, and as you enter the tunnel, the badger mole seems more interested in the food, and you are able to sort of turn and begin moving away a bit quicker. You can see ahead of you the flickering light of Marco's flame illuminating the tunnel quite far ahead of you. These guys have probably had about a minute's head start running, but because the tunnel is so dark, the light from his flame is still reflecting back and refracting off walls, so you can see a flickering orange glow in front of you moving away.
He's not going to be able to see
Bonfire
the
ahead.
arrow.
Yes, finally, a place to rest.
What was that, sorry?
I'm playing a lot of. That's it. A bonfire ahead.
Oh,
A
okay.
place to rest.
Yep. That's I should have seen that
Been
coming.
playing a lot of it, Elden Ring. Perfect. Guys, we're not friends yet, but we're safe.
As you run, they are so far ahead of you they cannot hear you. So you're just whispering this to yourself as you just.
I hear demons.
It'll
Demons are
run
talking
really
to me.
great.
Marco and
Creepy noise
Sheva.
in the dark.
Marco and Sheva, I need to know how long you're going to run down this tunnel for before you realize you've gone far enough, or before you think that's probably okay. Like, how far do you run?
Sheva?
No, Oki and Marco. Did I say Sheva?
Yeah.
That's crazy. There you go. Marco and Oki. I can't explain that. I genuinely don't remember doing that. That's hilarious.
I didn't even hear it.
How much time did we spend carving the arrow in when we were at that point?
It takes 30 seconds to go. And then run.
Only a minute ahead of him, then he would. By now, he's only 30 seconds behind us.
No. That's a minute. I've already. That's calculated in with the arrow drawing. Sorry.
Okay.
I already.
Like,
I'm a good dungeon master. I'd already done that math for you.
I'd already calculated that velocity for you.
Watch more
I think I'd run
Mythbusters.
to the next fork in the road.
Okay, yeah, the next fork doesn't come too much later. It's only another sort of like 20 seconds or so of running down the tunnel before there's another fork. This time, you almost fall into it as it goes down on an angle in front of you. The tunnel splits into one half staying at floor level where you are now, and the other one disappearing into the darkness below. Only because you have your flame marker do you see this.
Cool. Yeah, not touching that one.
After like sort of 35, 40 seconds, Rung comes around a corner and can see you guys in front of him.
You didn't get eaten.
Of course not. We're nearly good friends. Like most of my friends, it just takes a few years of just persistence. I'll come back. As Rung steps up, you notice that one of his arms has been bitten off, and... No, I'm kidding.
Just a flesh wound, yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing but a scratch.
Just but a scratch. Your arm's missing.
Do anything.
No, it isn't. Yeah.
Really?
How
about you?
Yep. What are you going to do? I'll bite your legs off. So Rung comes to the... Rung comes barreling around the corner, going, guys!
What
we
Rung?
can talk normally again.
Yeah, we can. So why are you talking like that?
Oh, good. Well, last time I talked loudly at it, it kind of wanted to bite my arms off and eat all my dried fruits. Gonna be so
wait, you didn't keep any for yourself?
No, I gave them both to me. It wouldn't befriend me. I need to come back with a whole wagon.
Do you think it likes
wagon
different
of dried
fruits? Or
fruits.
like maybe it likes something else to increase your friendship level?
Coal. Maybe it loves coal.
Pick to apricots.
It likes coal? Okay. So I got confused. You were talking about it being like your nemesis, but then you also said it helped you sometimes. I got really confused with that whole statement.
Well, it's a very
I think that's fair.
Very intriguing, long story behind this. You see,
okay, we don't have time. We can stop now.
It can be great to carve out tunnels for the mines to find veins of ore. But then sometimes they can completely ruin the layout of a mine by digging random tunnels so people get lost in there and die. And miles-stretched tunnels that go deep beneath the earth. So as much as they help,
if only earthbenders could earthbend their way out of tunnels.
Yeah, like
young earthbenders, children will be put in the mines who have 2 weeks.
Put children in the mines?
Oh my God.
Of course.
They're small. They can get into places that the adults can't reach. I can put them into the really tight coal holes. That's what we call them, coal holes. We chuck the children in the coal holes. Pick them up 2 or 3 days later.
God.
Is that what you were about to say, Ron?
That brought back a memory from my time as a kid in Broken Hill. So there was like basically the whole town was set up in a place called Broken Hill. There's named Broken Hill because it's a big vine of ore that ran up through the town, and
the hill's been broken. Like it's a great name. It's very self-explanatory.
Yeah, very much so. Fits my character. But there was a museum that taught you about, say, mining and everything there, and there was a hole in the wall that you'd put your hand in to grab like some sort of coal or mineral or something like that out of there. And I was a kid, so it just sparked a memory like, oh damn, that's real. There were coal holes in the museum in my town.
The children.
Yeah, welcome to Australia, mate.
Maybe the Fire Nation does need to take over.
What the hell?
Yeah, just saying. I mean, the Fire Nation could make all the Earthbenders do this. Make sure the children are in school.
Yeah, children.
Fire Nation have some options here. Just saying.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Vigorous about Kuzon actually going to school.
Everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. Labor laws were in place. Child protection services were established. Yes, a whole people were genocided, but you've got to think about the big picture here, guys.
Bigger picture.
Now who's going to reach into the coal hole?
Earthbenders, they make a bigger hole.
So my question is, what are you guys doing? You are now currently semi-lost and turned around inside a series of spiraling tunnels dug by badger moles. What are you doing?
Do you think these tunnels lead to Ba Sing Se?
How far do you think we fell down, would we know?
I can probably have a decent idea because she climbed down.
So, Ohi, you know that you're currently only about sort of like 8-9 meters below the surface. It's not that deep.
Not deep at all. It's, only a little bit. I'm actually thinking we're probably just shallow enough that, Ron, can you just cut an upward going tunnel with some stairs into the...
From what I've heard, earthbenders never come through the ceiling. So we're safe down here.
Can we exit through the ceiling? Is it
I don't know.
safe?
Like, is that like... I never got that far.
Well,
Like,
a common
Eileen
misconception.
will never appear from above, so it's fine. We got this. We're safe
So
down here.
is this a callback to episode 1? When
Yeah, it is.
you asked the question, where would the Daily attack from? And I said, well, it's unlikely that earthbenders will come through the ceiling. Fucking inspiration. Inspiration. You can take a well done. You can take an inspiration for your memory of the moment of improvisation from episode 1. You can have it. You get a +2 to any roll that you choose. Let me know when you're using it in advance.
Yeah, yep.
I respect that. It's a good call. It's a good call. I was because I was fairly distracted. I was trying to like learn this new rule set for Avatar Legends. I wasn't fully sort of thinking through the consequences of what I was saying. And well done. You've played me with my own saying. So that's well done. That's well done. That's like 15 weeks ago too. I gotta say, fully impressed with that level of commitment.
It's the running joke that I have in my head. I'm like, I need to use it sometime in the future.
Earthbenders can't come through the ceiling. They can. It's just. It's canon now. Earthbenders can't come through a ceiling. It's like they are limited to walls and floor. Like ceilings are out of limits. That's airbenders come through ceilings.
The dialing you wanted now.
Yeah, that's it.
Only the Avatar.
And the Avatar, master of all 4 walls and ceilings, can enter from any direction. Oh man, yeah.
You get into the Avatar state and it's just a cube. It's like, I've controlled all.
No, the Avatar state is when he breaks the 4th wall and starts talking to the audience. Sorry. The question is, it looks like these tunnels lead everywhere, like deep down into the earth. The one that you're currently standing in front of, it's not a hugely steep gradient, only about sort of 15 to 16, I'd say 15 to 20 degrees steep. So it's not hugely steep, but it just goes on. As you're looking down, the light from Marco's firebending is not quite enough to see too deep, but what you can see is this tunnel just stretches on and on and on. And that's the same with all the tunnels. The only place you've seen a dead end is where you guys came in, where the cave-in occurred, and that was the creation of a dead end. The rest of these tunnels just network and spiderweb in every different direction.
I believe these would take us to Ba Sing Se.
These could lead anywhere throughout the Earth Kingdom. These could even lead to other nations. You have no idea how deep or how far these tunnels go.
Well, if we keep going here, what if we lose our other friends?
True.
But then again, we get far enough away so we don't have to worry about her trying to find us and trap us. And then I'm sure.
Oh yeah, where is everyone else, by the way?
Yeah, the Daily were coming, and so they went to create a distraction. So we should probably get back up there and probably help them, or leave them to die. One or the other.
Okay, which way did we
just
head?
Distract them. They probably wouldn't.
Which way did we head, and which way were the Daily?
Well, we
So you have headed. So as you've come down, so you've taken the tunnel. You've taken the tunnel to the left. So as you come down, so let's work in north, south, east, and west. So you're currently heading north. You took the tunnel towards the west when you dropped into the hole, because you headed north and you turned left. So you're taking the tunnel towards the west. Al said the Daily were coming from the north. Oki, you remember that? Which means that they're coming from Ba Sing Se.
So if we keep going west, we can skip past them somewhat.
But then how do we find out friends? Actually, you know what? We don't need to find... Oh no, we need to find Al.
Well, they're heading to the north to distract them. So we could...
I know what I said.
I'm just thinking it could be a
getting some sass.
The person who wants to deliver you to the Emperor. I'm just saying. Or for your father.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they're going to be okay. We could hide and meet up with them in the city somewhere.
Well, if these tunnels lead there, we can always go through tunnels.
Well, we know the north leads to Ba Sing Se, and this is going continuously west.
Well, we can always...
Is there a part... Does the tunnel fork to go to the north again, or is it just going to go...
Not from where you guys are here. There's no tunnels heading back towards the north.
No.
Does Oki still have the compass that she pulled off the boat?
Yes, you do.
Pulls out the compass.
That's
Yeah.
Okay,
really
you
useful.
know the last thing to say is
As
to
you
the
as you
north
turn
of
towards
us.
the right, you can see the compass pointing towards the north.
Okay,
We're
if
facing
we
a wall.
do go back and then find that fork in the road that went to the north, do we just keep going without the others?
Oh, wrong. You can do that. Thing some animals do. You know, where you stick your head out and have a look around, and come back down.
Yeah.
Oh, like a prairie dog.
You want him to
No,
meerkat it.
no.
Oh no,
A
sorry, it'd be
meerkat
a
Yeah,
meerkat badger.
Meerkat badger. Okay, I was trying.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't know what
Imagine.
Oh, a badger.
A badger.
Imagine.
Oh, the people.
No, I'm going to make it really esoteric. No, we're going to go super esoteric. A meerkat sloth.
Meerkat sloth.
A meerkat sloth.
Okay.
A mere sloth. There you
Mere
go.
sloth.
A mere sloth.
Sloth.
Yeah, we're
Those
going to
mere
go
sloths,
for
you
really
can,
esoteric,
you can put your head up and have a
random.
look around like a mere sloth.
Yeah.
They're really slow.
So you've got these
moving, though, so
massive
it's really
long
confusing.
arms that they use to like dig through the earth. These massive like gangly long arms and like no back legs. But then the long
really
like ferret body of a
slowly-
meerkat, so they're just like stretched.
They're really endangered. I don't know why.
Yeah, Hadley, if you could get to work on the art for that one, that'd be great. Thanks.
It's
No, I'm
getting
kidding.
away, just slowly digging in the earth, just like
But like so they move really slowly, but their heads move really quickly, like a meerkat's. So it's constantly like yeah.
I've been
Done.
watching way too much analog horror. That sounds like some sort of like
Mere sloth.
terrifying thing to find out.
Like a mere sloth, yeah. Like a periscope.
So
Hey.
we could go back and then keep going towards the north down the other tunnel.
And then you
spot
just keep
another
poking your
tunnel
head
there.
up every now and then and just see what
Yeah,
happens.
we can just, as long as the thing doesn't get catches attention to me slamming the earth out the ground,
Nah, we'll be
we should
fine.
be fine.
As you guys are talking, you begin to hear what sounds like a almost music, almost like a whistling tune. Oh, I can't whistle into the microphone because the noise gate's going to take it
Not
out.
picking you up, yep.
That's a shame. I actually like composed a tune for this. I could turn my noise gate off maybe. There's going to be a lot of effort, and I might not be able to turn it back on. Yeah, sure.
Cool.
Yeah, this sort of like whistling tune coming down the tunnels, echoing, so it's very hard to determine which direction it's coming from, followed by the sound of footsteps.
Can I put my hand to the ground and see if I can feel it through the air?
Ooh, yeah. Skills and training roll, please, Rome.
Hmm.
Or assess the situation, your choice. I would allow either.
Let me go. Let's go assess situation.
Boom.
Okay, I'm gonna use my name.
Sven.
I. Oh, okay. Yep.
7. Yeah, 7. As you sort of reach out and begin feeling for the vibrations, you get the sense that they're coming from the direction you're currently heading. It looks like they're actually coming from the west, down the tunnel that you were sort of sprinting down. Not the one that's deeper into the earth, the one that's a bit shallower. That if you'd continued straight, you would have kept running down. And you also notice there's a sort of a pale blue light shining from in front of you as well. And as you're watching, from around the corner comes a humanoid figure.
Marco.
Polo.
As a humanoid figure comes around the corner, long grey hair tied up in a ponytail, kind of spilling down his shoulders and back. Massive square
It's the
backpack
Gandalf?
strapped to his back.
Gandalf?
No beard. No beard. So only this long grey hair tied back. Sort of rugged face with a light layer of like black stubble. Large grey eyebrows. Dressed in these very utilitarian clothes that look like they are sort of for traveling, but they seem not ragged, but they seem well worn. There are patches where they've been repaired. They look well cared for, but old. And he's carrying in one hand this long staff that curls up at the top and loops around and forms almost like a lantern shape out of wood. And inside the lantern is a glowing blue flame, giving off this sort of like ghostly light blue light inside this lantern that he's wielding. And as he comes around the corner, the whistling stops and he looks and squints and goes,
Oh, company.
and begins moving towards you, whistling again.
Hello?
Hello.
It's a wonderful ditty you have there in the tunnels.
It's the music of the earth, the sound of the continents moving. I just whistle back what I hear.
These tunnels are very secret.
It's funny why I felt so relaxed.
Oh, no, the tunnels are known to many. They lead all over. It is said that you can walk from Imarshu to Ba Sing Se without seeing sunlight, if you wish.
Told you we can get the Ba Sing Se.
Do you know the way into Ba Sing Se from these tunnels?
Depends where you want to go in Ba Sing Se. Could head through to Lake Laogai from here, to the outer walls. Some sections of the inner palace, I believe, are still unblockaded or unguarded, but it's rare to find a path not known to the Dai Li nowadays.
Oh. Shit.
Well, avoiding the Dai Li would always be very opportunistic.
In trouble with Her Majesty's Secret Service, are we?
No,
I think so, but they're not nice people.
Have no
How
fear.
do you get along?
I have a 200 gold piece reward on my head if they were to capture me.
that's not
You look like you'd be
something
worth
you
at least
should be-
1,000.
Is that something you should really be saying to strangers, just a full heads up?
It's a
I
compliment,
think
Marco. I mean,
a
he's worth
child
way
of
more
the
than
Fire
they pay.
Nation and a child of the Water Tribe are unlikely to turn me into the Dai Li. And this
Okay.
one, I don't think he could outwit me. As he
You're
looks
not
at you,
wrong.
Ro.
I am very witty, thank you very much. Would you like to hear a riddle?
Say no. Say no.
Do you know, it's been a long time since someone asked me a riddle. Yes, I do.
What's found in the ground brings heat to the many and makes ships of war go faster in steam on the sea.
That
It's worth
doesn't
a penny.
rhyme. Oh, it does now.
It is riddly though.
I would have to say the answer is obviously coal.
Damn, you are wise. As I get down to my knees.
No,
Yes, man.
it was just a very obvious riddle. Now, what are three children from three different nations doing wandering in the Banjamole tunnels? Someone might think you're up to something.
We fell. How did you get up there? I fell. It's in Little Britain.
We're actually
Yeah,
down
yeah,
at
yeah.
the moment.
I fell.
I fell.
I don't want to.
Now, someone might think you're up to something.
No, not really. We're sort of trying to get back to like my family, and Ba Sing Se.
Fire Nation in Ba Sing Se. Now, that would be interesting. Especially given
You've been
the
on the
Earth.
ground for so long, right?
I
You
still
don't know what's
hear
happening.
things.
Oh, okay, cool.
Let's open the door for the killed dog.
I move about, travel the length and breadth of this Earth kingdom through these tunnels.
Okay, you really are weird.
It's not very polite.
No, we're all weird here. It's fine.
Oh, why would you want to get access to the Earth Kingdom capital? Could it be that your troops stationed outside the walls are hoping you'll open the gates for them? That would be interesting, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you wouldn't want to do that now, would you? Would you?
He's really thinking it through. For podcast listeners, Andrew is genuinely thinking through whether or not he wants to open the gates and let the fire. No, I don't think that's what he's thinking about. Or is it?
I'm waiting for my
Would you?
the thing to catch up. It just all froze for me. I'm
Oh, yeah, I
actually
did it.
thinking if this is an actual problem now that I know this.
It's
What?
freezing in the best places, though.
It's pretty
It
funny.
is actually freezing. I thought it was a lie.
No, it's just Andrew, isn't it? Yeah, I'll just refresh his. Here you go. I'll just refresh your bait. There you go. That should fix you. He looks towards you, Oki, this older man. What about you, miss? What brings you into these tunnels?
These two fell down when the tunnel over that way sort of collapsed in on us, and I climbed in to go after them. But then we were chased away from our entry point by a Badgermole.
Yes, very territorial. I find it best to wait until they've passed by before taking a tunnel when they're down one. It's very noble of you to dive in after your friends. Foolish, but noble.
It was that, or the alternative was staying with some people that are, well, let's just say the dark tunnel seemed more interesting. She's meeting Jen, by the way. She's not talking about Al and Sherba.
I'm going to make sure they know that you are. Interesting.
Wait.
Yeah.
Off topic.
Yeah.
But on topic. No matter where we go, Sherva will always be able to find me.
Yes.
She's done it before. She'll do it again.
Yes. Well, would you like me to lead you back to where you came in, or another exit close by?
Is it the Fire Nation outside the wall of Ba Sing Se?
Yes, encampment's been there for 2 weeks now.
2 weeks? Okay.
Yes.
Anything happening that you know of?
They say they're there hunting criminals. And they are working in full cooperation with the Dai Li.
That's a trap.
That's the official word, anyway. I sense more tension. The Earth Queen does not want it known that her position is tenuous. She has spent the last decade making herself look not incompetent, but not too competent either. Meanwhile, she's turned the Dai Li into an actual military force, a secret police. They say their headquarters are now set up underneath Lake Laogai. And the tunnels there that I used to explore are no longer accessible to me. Strange times indeed. I'm surprised Avatar Roku has done nothing about this.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll leave that one alone, I think. We can avoid those.
Could you show us the path to the tunnels that go under Lake Laogai?
Oh, it's a very long walk from here. Maybe 2 days.
Oh.
Okay.
What sort of direction would it be, roughly, if we...
You need to head northeast, but these tunnels, you might take one headed in the right direction and find yourself 200 kilometers off course in another. They twist and turn. You'd need to be a little mad to circumnavigate these tunnels. Luckily, I am.
Want to stick around? Got any plans?
Stick around?
Doing anything interesting later?
You offering companionship?
Maybe. Maybe.
Depends where you're going and who you're spending time with.
Personally, I like creating chaos, and it's all just an adventure, really.
I will stay with you as long as you are in the tunnels. It is dangerous for me to be on the surface too long. People might recognize me.
What is your name, by the way?
Oh, I don't think you need to know that.
Oh, but I want to.
I'm going to get you to plead with an NPC.
if you could please.
E. Okay. Yep, we got this.
I believe in you.
We got this.
8, mixed success.
You can call me Ruler.
Ruler.
R-U-L-A. Ruler.
Oh, okay.
Type it into the chat for you. There you
There's an lay back in.
Seems an appropriate name.
Old man in tunnels. Kinda.
Person of note. Up on the surface in Bussing Say.
Kinda crazy.
What was that, sorry?
Were you a person of a note back in Bussing Say?
Oh, I dare say there'd be some who still remember me, but I think most think me dead. At this point.
Is that what you want?
It has its perks. If you're dead, generally people don't try to find and kill you.
That helps. Not gonna lie. Does sound nice.
You probably fake your death.
Oh, probably. Do you think that would help? Or do you think that would only create more problems?
Well, I mean, what's the worst thing that could happen? Fire Nation's already having diplomatic meetings at the border.
Well, when
Yeah,
I
just
faked my death, it led to a despot claiming the throne of the Earth Kingdom. So, I could take it or leave it.
Wait, you're the king of the Earth
You're the
Kingdom?
king?
No, that would be crazy.
I bow harder.
Ex-king of the Earth Nation.
Ugh.
So, is it just as crazy as making a wish to a giant spirit fish?
As you say that, this mad glint in his eye kind of disappears, and a much saner, much more intense person seems to suddenly be in control.
What did you say?
You
did what?
Spirit fish, making wish with a fish.
Tuatha Anon of the ocean, the lost spirit of the dried up sea. You did what?
Is that his name?
That's his name. Nice. He
Hypothetically.
was very, he had a very big stare. He really looked deep into my soul. Yes,
What
hi.
did you wish for? Please tell me something small. Something innocuous. Gold.
No.
Not that. No, a Paul.
No.
Wealth. Land.
So, imagine a diplomat
No, I don't
that
have that
was
either.
dead, and then he's, after the wish, is now alive.
You watch as Ruler's eyes go very wide. Dark shadows seem to emerge underneath, and the flame in his lantern goes lower.
You wished for some event to be rewritten.
Yes, basically, yeah. But from what it looks
How
like...
long ago did this event occur? Are we talking hours? Days? Surely not a week.
4 or 5
Bad.
days? Right? That does seem about right? 4 or 5 days?
Less than a week.
Less than that.
That's gonna be good.
Maybe 3.
Maybe 3?
No wonder nothing makes sense. You have no idea what you've done, do you?
Oh, did it affect
No.
you as well? Do you not know what's happening as
You've
well?
changed time.
Oh yeah, I know that. That was the whole point. That's why I
No.
did it.
You've weakened
use
the
that.
walls between the spirit wilds and our
Does that mean-
own plane.
Does that mean we can make more fish wishes?
Ooh, we get another fish wish.
We get another fish wish?
Do you have a fish wish?
If
Yeah.
you
If you have a
are
fish
wise, you will never ever draw upon the powers of that spirit. It is malevolent to all humans. It blames benders, particularly those of the Earth Nation, for the drying up of the desert. They were the
Oh,
ones
okay,
who
thank God.
redirected the river.
Oh,
They were the ones who
Oof.
changed the topography of the land.
so
They were
what's
the ones.
happened? Like,
Mm.
so what? Why are you confused? Like, did you remember something before the change, and now you're trying to cover the gaps as well, or
No.
It does have a blue
No.
flame sort of deal going on here. A blue light.
Oh yeah, how'd you get that?
Yeah, like a fish wish.
Fish wish? Did you also do a fish wish?
Is there a fish in your lantern as I see if we can like look at the lantern a little bit?
I did wonder how you could see me.
Oh,
Wait, are you there? Can I put my hand on his shoulder?
It goes right through him.
Ah,
so he is dead.
are you dead?
What better
Or is
way
this
to
some sort
fake
of
your own death
projection?
than to actually do it?
Is it really faking it then?
Is that then you're not really faking it, are you?
Well,
No,
my
no.
physical body is gone, but I am now
Oh.
forever in the spirit wilds.
So why are you scared of the moles then?
I'm
You
not
must know
scared
them
of the
personally. You must
moles.
drink with them on Saturday night. Knows they're just mean people.
I'm not scared
no,
of
I thought
the
you were talking about the
moles.
blue fish. Can you befriend the moles? That's important to me.
If you have proven yourself worthy as a bender of the Earth Nation, then yes. If you are not, they will crush you.
Worthy as in give it snacks of fruit?
No.
Mm, damn, that didn't
So
work.
what would happen if, hypothetically speaking, I changed it so that now the war is sort of like evened out a little bit and like a whole town didn't sort of get wiped out?
The consequences of this, lives that were lost that would not have, lives that were supposed to be dead, now recovered. You have weakened the walls between our realities to an immense degree. This could have far-reaching consequences.
So like just do you know what a spirit weapon is? Just I assume you do. You're a spirit, like, and you're
Spirit
like-
weapon. A weapon wielded
Here's a
by
weapon.
spirits.
Look at this man. He was
no,
the king.
like a weapon wielded by man that uses spirit energy.
I have heard of no such thing before.
Okay, don't worry then. Don't worry. Ignore that. Okay, we're all good then.
You will need to be very careful. Many spirits will have been
You're
angered by
welcome.
this.
Um,
Time has changed for you
will
in
they
this
come
world, but
after
not
me?
for them. Oh
It was
yes.
funny that we could remember everything that happened.
As
before
long
now.
as you live, the wish stays intact.
oh.
What? It ceases to be if he dies?
So wait, if I live
Until
and
the
die-
next full moon, the wish is not permanent.
When's the next full
Your
moon?
life is all that is holding it in place.
When's the next full moon? When's the next full moon?
Next full moon? Does like, you know?
Okay.
Okay, you would
You know
remember
all this
that it's only just a new moon now.
It's gonna be a couple of days, buddy. You need to make sure that you don't die.
Or do I want
How
it
can
though?
that
Like,
be?
is this outcome really worth it?
I mean, you survived for like 16 years. Like, that's another couple of days. Just don't go near the
Yeah.
dialee.
Or spirits?
Or
Which I
spirits.
can't see.
Or see your dad.
Well, I can see them apparently.
All of you
Look at
can
his
see
eye,
them
the
now.
hole.
Anyone
Oh.
who was present while the wish was cast, you will notice when they slip
Wait,
into this
wait,
world.
wait. How close to being the casting of the wish? This is very important.
I think the
Any
fact we
who
can see him
gazed into
is
the
a
eye of the
determinant.
whale.
What if they just...
I've seen his eyeballs.
guys, how many people do you think looked at into the whale's eyes? Do you think everyone there would have? Or like 50% maybe?
Probably.
Okay, so
What?
we're...
Then
But if
25
they died,
less
does that mean?
than...
Oh, it's just if you die.
So we're sitting... More than us...
There was a whole camp of people. There's
Yeah, there's a whole
probably
camp
lot
of
more
people, yeah.
seeing that thing. It was crushing people.
Yeah. People were screaming.
Yeah, and a bunch of those like bug things seen it, so I don't know if they count, but I'll be worried about the bug people.
Animals can
Yeah,
already
it was a
sense.
whole-
Animals can already sense
Actually
spirits.
horrific. I have not slept well since.
Animals can
It was a
sense
horrifying
spirits.
It was a horrifying night.
Cool. Don't need to worry about the animals.
So at least 80 more people can see the spirits then?
So,
You have 2 weeks before the next full moon. 2 weeks
2 weeks to decide if this is the right course of action. And then
2
if
weeks
not,
to
I'll
try
do it.
and settle the spirits before they get you. There are a number of locations you're going to need to find
they're coming.
throughout all 4 nations.
Just okay. So we got 2 weeks to go to 4 nations.
And see the spirits there and appease them.
Exactly. If you are unable to calm them,
Do
it
you
will
know
be
like where to
chaos.
go? Like, would you
No.
know like exactly where to go?
but I know where a map could be found. A
Oh,
map
okay,
to
where?
all 4 locations. You're going to need to head to the Northern Water Tribe. They are the ones who pay the closest attention to the spirits.
Okay, you didn't tell me you love spirits.
Oki's not rising to the bait, it seems.
I hear her background, her mic's not picking up, I just heard.
Damn it, noise gate!
Make the spirits happy, or die to under the
Brilliant notes.
mistake.
So, make the spirits happy, we shouldn't ask for any more wishes. Like, we can't wish for all the spirits.
No more wishes is,
Something like
is
that.
what I'm getting at.
What
What if
it's
some
really
what if
small?
someone else made a wish, hypothetically?
That would be
And we'd have to get them to
catastrophic.
appease them
Okay.
in that too.
Even
more
worse,
wishes.
if they wished to undo your wish. Even worse.
Go.
Wouldn't that just kill me?
No, that would create a
Pull a rock
paradox.
off the ground and like I sort of like get ready as if like if I hear him say the word I were, the rock's flying at you. If I hear I were, I want, be careful saying I want, because a rock could fly at you in case you even say the words I wish.
I wonder what would
With eyes
happen
on you.
if.
That one. Be careful of I wonder. Be careful of that too.
I don't wonder what would happen.
A rock just.
Well, what the? Why am I getting hit with
What
so many
today?
rocks today?
Stop it.
From above, you hear the sounds of claws scraping against the earth. Like against
that a
the
mole?
ceiling above.
Ah, I think your friends might have located you.
Yeah, it seems about right. They know where I am at all times somehow. It's really weird.
She's gonna do this.
That plan of running and hiding.
I
think I
will
can run away now?
see. I will see what I
Yeah.
can do to help.
Oh, can you?
I
can you,
have
like,
some
follow onto us?
friends. Can I
Wait, do you have
what?
other spirit friends? You have spirit friends?
No, but I have some friends still alive. I was
Oh,
once a
okay.
member of a group of
Alright.
like-minded individuals who work to maintain balance. We'll see
Sorry
if I
about
can
that.
contact any of them.
Much appreciated, King Ruler.
Remember, I was no king. Children.
Emperor?
He reaches into his pocket and pulls out a white tile. You can see it has a lotus design on it. It's a tile from a game, Pai Sho. And he holds it out.
Take this.
He holds it out to Oki, I would say, given that.
Yeah.
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 Holds it out to you, Oki.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair call.
Yeah, as you touch it, this is corporeal. It is real, and as you feel it in your hands, you feel wood, cold wood with paint. But it is real. It is not ghostly like him. It's not spirit like him.
You carrying this?
In his pocket.
Yeah, Oki.
Where else would
His
you keep
pocket.
something?
In his ghost pocket. His Jedi Force pocket.
If you're
Wait, are you a
ever
Jedi
asked, if you're ever asked to play a game of Pai Sho, you would be best to accept. Play with that tile and
Okay.
follow the pattern. Good luck.
Bye, Mr. Ruler. I guess.
Said thank you.
What was that?
Thank-
Oki said thank you. I can
Oh,
hear in the
okay.
distance. Thank you.
You know?
Thank you.
Good
Just
luck.
yell loud enough for Rich
Will,
to go.
will we see you again?
Maybe. If you
Still
find
cool.
yourselves lost in the dark, the tunnels beneath the earth. Maybe.
Sweet. Okay, we know how to find you now. Cool.
We might play a game of Pie Show.
With that, a section of the roof caves in and dirt sort of falls down onto your shoulders and faces, and you see the head and paws of the sheer shrew digging through the earth, and you hear Sherva's voice from above. Marco, I know you're down there, you piece of shit. Stop moving and stay still.
I turn my fire off.
As it goes into pitch black, you notice that this guy with the old man ruler, there's a faint glow coming off him, not just the light he's holding. Hard to see when you had your own fire, but now that the fire's gone and you're in pitch black, it's very clear to see that he is slightly glowing himself. He looks up, and as the light passes and hits through, he begins dissolving. As soon as he comes into contact with the sunlight, you watch as he begins sort of vanishing.
Well, until next time, children.
Bye-bye. I need to hide. I'll be back.
Remember,
Goodbye, ruler.
with no avatar, it's up to you.
That's a lot of responsibility for 4 kids. Oh, well, 6 kids.
You
5
should have
kids.
thought about that before you made a wish.
You watch as he fades away.
Nobody knows. I wish you didn't do that. Damn it, no.
And you watch as Ruler fades away
hey.
into nothing, leaving only the sound of the
Stop.
whistle sort of like playing over in your minds. The hole widens further and a rope drops down at your feet. Sherva's face appears above. Grab that rope, you piece of shit. Or I will whip you
Grab the rope.
into shape.
I've got this. I start stomping us up, like I stomp like a little mini, off this high of the ground. I'm like, do you want to go higher?
Yeah, nice.
I don't want to go
Hang
higher,
on at the moment. Please call it.
Sherva stands back as you guys emerge. You see that Aal has a stone gauntleted fist still attached to his robe, and there are tears in some places. Sherva has a gash along her forearm, and you can see that Jen is currently holding what looks like a piece of cloth over one of her eyes, which seems to be slightly bruised. Did you have fun down in the tunnels?
Yeah.
Sherva asks you.
Very lovely day, thank you.
Yeah,
Great.
I imagine balls.
lovely story.
Right. Oh, fantastic. Well, we managed to get rid of the Dai Li, so great.
Good for you. Yep.
Good. Thank you very much, guys.
About
Look
20
healthy,
of them.
I imagine.
Ah,
Yeah.
oh, wow.
20. Wow. That wasn't like a wow. That was like a wow, cool. Wow.
I'll
Not
walks
like
over and goes,
I can't believe you did it. Wow.
I'm in a bit of pain.
I gotta reach for some dried fruit. No, don't, man. I've got you. No. Oh, I'm sorry.
I need a
I
snack.
will get you fruit.
Snack me.
I will find you sustenance.
Snack me.
I don't have any. I have no snacks, Al. I'm sorry. I'm the worst.
And on that we no.
As
And
I'm
on
sitting
that
there eating a dried apricot.
and on that note, we will wrap up for tonight. Thank you so much, everybody, for this slightly shorter session of Avatar Legends, and yeah, I hope you've enjoyed yourselves. We'll be back again, not next week. We have got next week off as well, but we'll be back the week after that on the Monday. So we'll see you soon. Stay safe, stay well.
Maybe a few more sleeps.
See you again next time. Yeah, and a few more sleeps. And I may or may not be doing Pokemon Legends Arceus this Saturday. I don't know yet. Depends on what's happening with the flooding. But the good news is my living dex is coming along nicely. I've almost got one of every Pokemon. Out of the 217 I've seen, I've caught 215 of them. So I'm fucking killing it. So I'll see you again for more story. I've not been doing any story. I've just been doing the Pokedex. So, all right, guys. Stay safe, stay well. See you again next time. Goodbye.
Be careful. There's hail this weekend. Be careful if you can't.
Be careful. There's hell this weekend in Queensland. Stay safe.